Okay. Yo, Netra, Pacey Doom. 2 days in a row. I'm just going to do a bit of just some Repertorium warm up here because you heard the Dulcie news? I heard about the Archvile thing, but I don't know. Just have to do this first, but I don't I watched the stream, but I didn't see the moment where he spoke about the Archvile, so that was a bit yeah, I wasn't sure when that was spoken of, to be honest with you. Alright. What the hell got me? Okay. Oh, damn it. It was funny, he said as if it was taboo. Yeah, but not trap, this is just like to get myself warmed up for UN. So I'm not gonna do any any actual Repertorium presets. I just want to get warmed up. Man, I can't be bothered. Tight parries. Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm just getting ready, you know, just warming up a bit. God, okay. Fuck this. Let's do some... so, guys, just so you know, so this is my save from yesterday, and today, again, I went up to Bissell Forest, same sliders. And because I thought, you know, if I die here, then I could just jump straight to this one. It's just so that way, you know, like worst case, I don't have to start from scratch every time, right? Makes things a bit more fun for you to watch and a bit less frustrating for me. All right. Now the hard stuff begins. Can you go up? Fucking hell. No. Okay. All right. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. Ah, fuck. Ah. Nice little skip there. Nice. One thing that I don't like about this game is that they don't have the fast travel at the end of the levels. Yeah, I know, and I agree with you on that. It's and I think Hugo Martin was challenged on that on one of the streams I remember, and he said that basically it's because the levels are way too open. It's easy to implement fast travel when you have a linear game, you know, where you have arena after arena after arena, but when you have an open, apparently when you have an open, semi-open world like we have in this game, it's really hard to implement fast travel. See, I'm working on a more chill set, a more chill map set for Classic Doom, so you could eventually play that to get back in the mood when you want to play that castle map. Yeah, you could do that, bro. But I just have, right now, I just have no interest in Classic Doom. I really, for the time being at least, right now, I really don't want to. Yeah. Because right now, like, I'm really trying to... I'm focusing on doing stuff for the channel. And, Classic Doom just isn't... It's something that just doesn't fit, you know? Or at least that's what the algorithm has told me. Because, like, I just get no views and no... Yeah. There's no interest in my Classic Doom stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. And there's way better Classic Doom content out there. Man, this level is beautiful. Look at this. It's like... It's crazy. Like, look at this. It's underappreciated how, you know, how much effort they put into this stuff. It really is. We don't have time to look at it most of the time, but it's still... Destino is the only person who gets big views from Classic Doom. Yeah, exactly. It's not that there's no interest. It's more YouTube doesn't know how to handle changes in content. Yeah, that's probably true as well. It's probably very true as well. But I still feel like there's no traction when I make, you know, let's say, you know, like a few months ago I streamed Classic Doom and I just had like, it's just annoying to stream and then having like just nobody there, you know? It's a bit demotivating. And my channel is primarily, it's Doom Eternal and then now a lot of Dark Ages, right? So I don't think it really fits. There's 2 people on this Dark Ages streams. Yeah, I know, man, but like people watch it afterwards, and 2 is better than 0. You know. Oh man, I need... I like to actually be able to talk to the streamer that I'm watching. I prefer that in any day. Yeah, so that's the issue. See, Doom, like I completely agree with you, and that's an issue that I have with really big streaming channels is that there's so many people there that you know what you're trying to talk about gets lost in the noise. You know, you have no chance of really interacting with the streamer, right? So, and that's the benefit of having a small channel is that you can really interact with your community, right? That's... Am I supposed to... Okay. Oh, yeah. See, I'd say that's a semi-problem with the Eternal streams. Is it requires full focus almost all the time. Yeah, but I can't... and that's why I'm not streaming Eternal, because I can't really... It's impossible for me to keep track of what's going on in chat, you know? Because it's so intense and demanding that you have no, you know... Man, these fucking chain gunners. Oh, Jesus. Relax. Hey, Brian, what's up, man? Happy Friday. Hey, are you excited for the Spirit, Atlan, and TDA DLC? Bet my house on it, we will get that. Probably, yeah. I mean, the thing is, Messenger. Oh, thanks, Messenger. Like, that really means a lot. Thank you. I really try my best. I really try my best to you know, not like fully focus on the game and not check what you guys are writing. But yeah, like I'm not excited for the Atlan. You know, they can do anything with the Atlan. They can, you know, give him tons of new weapons and all that. I'm not excited about those levels at all. You know, I'm more excited about what they're going to do with the Slayer, as usual. You know, like that's where the whole thing comes together for me. I'm not interested in anything else. So yeah, he's just in a fight right now. Give him a sec. yeah. When I'm in the middle of something really sweaty, I mean, not really sweaty, but like really intense, I can't really. Yeah, I have to give it all my attention. I'm here to watch for the most part, but I like your perspective and ideas on the franchise. Yeah. I mean, that's good to hear, man. I definitely have my takes. And while like some of my ideas may be controversial, like for example, not being a big fan of 2016, and yeah, and liking this game, that's also controversial apparently. So, but I mean, that's just me, you know. That's just me. I can't. Oh. Man, all these fucking. Can you die? Thank you. Fucking hell. Man, some of these encounters. Fucking hell. Did I just knock that out without it coming? Okay, weird. The Atlan truly just needs a shield, then Vidaz won't struggle as much. It's not that I struggle, it's just that I don't care, Night Trap. I really don't care. That's the whole, that's the thing. I'm not engaged. Oh, fucking hell. Thought I got him. Oof. Putting the game to 50% is interesting. Yes, it's low, but you can see everything that goes on. It's crazy. Gave it a shot last night. Yeah, I also did that. Like, when was it? For fun, somebody asked me to do it, and I just did it for like a few seconds on stream, and it was, oh my god, it was unbearable, really unbearable. But you can definitely, like, there's, you can definitely plan your moves a lot better. You can parry a lot better. It's just, it's, yeah. You died at least 3 times on the mech sections. Yeah, Night Trap, I know. Like, seriously, Night Trap is always here to put me in my place. I love it. He's probably the most critical of my viewers. But you're very right, Night Trap. Like, the mech sections, I just rush through them because I don't care. I don't like them. I don't find them enjoyable. And when I play something that I don't find enjoyable, I just rush through it. I can't help it. At least. Because he gets too greedy. I want it to be over. I want those sections over as quickly as possible. I really rush through them. I'm not gonna lie. That's a fact. I really do. I play this game for these sections, Okay. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but that's okay. Fucking hell. That's what's killing some runs. Not most, but definitely. But yeah, 100%. I know you like it fast, but I think it's cool to be able to see everything that's happening in the game in slow-mo. Yeah, but I completely, I know that. I know that. It's, just give me a sec. Oof. It's very warm in here. I'm just going to take down the heating. Oh. But yeah, but I can't, when I first played this game, when it released, I was on 100 speed. And I instantly took it up to 120 or 130, I remember. And then 150 since, and I hadn't looked back. Can you... Feel like you don't like Doom 3 because it's slow? It's not only that, it's just it's the whole horror action thing that it's going for that I don't really like. It's not only that it's slow, it's just it doesn't feel like a Doom game when I play it. It feels more like a Half-Life / horror game. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. And I really tried. I mean, like as I mentioned, I bought a computer specifically for that game when it came out in 2004. And I just remember just being disappointed, like playing it. Like, so it's just, yeah. I want Doom games to be good, but that one just didn't work for me. The Doom game I like the least is 64. I cannot get into it for the life of me. It's that Doom 64 is also the atmosphere is just great in that game. But it also has a bit of a horror sort of feel to it, right? So, yeah. Yeah, I would say it's the black sheep of the franchise. 100% it is. 100%. When I played, says the guy who played it like 5 times more than 20 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I played it recently, but I'm saying that was my experience when I played it back in the day, you know? So, yeah. Doom 64 has clunky movement, which has to be expected because of that abomination of control that the 64 had. Yeah. I wonder. I mean, I really wonder why that controller is probably the weirdest controller that was ever released. Right. I wonder why they made it that way. It's it has such a weird shape to it. You know. Oh, great. This cancer encounter right here. I really don't like this encounter. I make so many mistakes here. Where's the other knight? Okay. Yeah, but the way you said it made it sound like you played on occasion. No, I mean I played it. Obviously, I played it when it released, and then I think I got the version on 360 a few years later. But I mean I haven't played extensively, but I played it enough to know that it's not my type of Doom game. That's it. They definitely got some recognition for it. Yeah. Doom 64 is fairly in line with other classic Doom. It's generally just the controls. Nice, you can really circle strafe. You need to move with intent. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. But I mean, to me, Doom 64 feels more like classic Doom than Doom 3 does. That's for sure. Oh, Christ. Fuck it. Alright, this room. There you go. Okay. What the fuck? What the fuck happened there? Okay. That was fucking weird. I made a custom enemy for Classic Doom that functions like a Marauder where it forces you to get good. Really? Did you? Okay. Do you have a video of that? I'm really curious. If you could show me what that looks like, I'd be very curious to see. Yeah, there's no music at all. These guys are always funny. They're just, you look at this. They're just hanging out here waiting for me to come and save them. It's just like it's ambient music in Doom 64, right? It's an eerie kind of scary kind of ambient music. It's interesting. All right, good here. Oh wait, I'm messing up my routing here. I'll just tell you, basically it shoots hit scans, so you need to stun lock it, and then you do pain state. It'll evolve with rockets. Oh, damn, okay. What do you call it? What's the name of this new enemy? So you need to zone it down so it won't hit scan, but it also moves side to side to avoid rockets. Okay, shit. Miklos, hey, speaking of Doom 64, anyone heard about Doom 64 Reloaded? Isn't that just a sort of a quality of life mod for it? Hey, Ivan. Good, man. How are you? Happy Friday. You should give it a try. It works through the remaster as well. Oh, okay. Currently, I'm just calling them Marauders, since the textures are the player sprite, but gray. Oh, okay. Nice. Must be hard, though, to create new AI in Classic Doom, I'm guessing, no? And I hope this time a cyber demon won't boost me into the lava. That would be great. Friday was pretty bad because I had little electricity today. Oh, fuck, okay. That sucks, man. How come? Not really. Depends on how custom it is. Using D-hack to CC, just tweaking values and stuff. Like the Mario replaces the oh, okay. Alright, got it. Okay. Alright. Okay. Grab Fisher all the way. Oh man, these stone imps. Ooh. Christ. Like, if it was a full-on new enemy, there would be a lot I need to do. Are you far from are you far from the start right now? So this is like level. This level 8 or so, something like that. I'm gonna grab this. Fuck, I don't like going into this next fight with so little health. That's not good. Level 10, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not even sure. There we go. Okay. Yeah, 22 levels in total, so yeah, I'm really not that far. There's still a lot to do, which is one of my complaints with this game. I think it's way too long. This is a very, very long game. I think the fastest I've been able to complete UN on was probably 4 hours and 15 minutes or so. That was really the fastest. That was skipping a lot of stuff. So, really beelining it, you know? Dude, where are we right now? I like that name. The speed is so chaotic, but for some reason very mesmerizing to watch. I could never play this speed, but watching is nice. Things just happen. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is 150 speed, right? So things are very, very fast. I agree with you on that. Sometimes too fast for me to keep track of, but... Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Fucking hell, man. Man, this guy is a menace. Whew. That was close. That was really close. Once if your shield breaks here, you are screwed. That's it. That's it. You know, like you're really screwed. I love that it's very long. I mean, I kind of like that there's a lot of content, but running this on Ultra Nightmare, you know, I think we could have shaved 3 to 4 levels. You know, that would have been nice, especially the mech and the mech and dragon stuff. That could have been shortened. I don't mind the length of the game since I feel like it never dips in quality, just more content to enjoy. Yeah, that's a good way. That's true. You know, my issue is probably just the stuff like the Atlan. You know, having a full level with like Atlan combat to me, I don't like that. I don't find that very enjoyable. But there is, I mean, from a campaign perspective, there's a lot of content. But I don't know. Alright, this is where I died last time. Come on, Revenant, come up. Yep. Now we need that. Where's that Battle Knight leader? No funny business this time, boy. Oh, there is funny business. Okay. Oh, whew. Man. Jesus. These fights are harder now on these sliders. My God. I think I agree on how long the game is because you can get much more nervous than if it were shorter. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, you know. I like Eternal's length of the campaign because I could get through that game in 3 hours, you know. And the levels really sort of, there's a lot of momentum when you play through those levels. There's no, like here for example, as soon as I have to do Atlan combat, I'm like, I really feel like everything slows down when I have to do Atlan combat. It really bothers me. Although on the UN, the length definitely psychs me out. I feel like the content could have been extended by more extras at launch rather than more levels. Yeah. You mean side content? Is that what you mean? Because that would have been great. I would prefer that. Like choosing, for example, choosing whether or not you want to do Atlan encounters, you know? That's something that I would have appreciated. Since some levels feel like they should have been one level instead of 2 or 3. I would say the opposite. I feel like, you know, some levels should have been 2 levels instead of 1. You know, for example, city. What's it called? The first is it not City of Raul? Fuck, what's it called? The one where you're on. It's the level before City of Raul. What's that level called again? We have to use the dragon as well. That like, what's the name of that level? Anyways, it's way too long. Can a shield protect your back? Yes. When you have the shield up, basically, I think as far as I understand, it covers you 360. Yes, the Atlan and Dragon aren't for everyone. I really like the Atlan combat, though. The Dragon is fine, not great, not terrible, so I don't mind it. Yeah, and I see, you know, like, the Atlan was great the first time I played this game. I thought it was, you know, it was serviceable. But the problem is when you play this game over and over again, you know, that's where it becomes a bit repetitive and boring, you know? Like, I feel like it's a pace killer for me when I'm doing UN. I know, for example, like, after this level, I have, like, 5 minutes of Atlan combat again after this, right? And I'm like, ugh, you know? So it's basically the shield from Eternal. Yeah, exactly, Ivan. Yeah, as far as I understand, it covers you for, yeah. It covers you a 360. Spired Nerothul, yeah, that's the level C Doom, exactly. That one I think is way too long. That level should have been split in 2 easily. It's way too long. I mean, the level thing, the way that the way that one level Eternal is a nice afternoon, while Dark Ages is like either super long or super short. Yeah, that's true. It's either or. It's either super long, super short. There's nothing in between, right? I wonder if the DLC for Dark Ages will cost money or be free. I think I'll have to buy it 100%, but I wonder how much it will cost. So if you have the premium version of the game, which I have, it's free. But if it's not, then you have to buy. Then you have to pay extra, right? But I'm sure it's not going to be more than, you know, like in dollars, maybe $40, $40, I'm guessing. I love that level, even though it's very long. It's so unique. It is. All right, guys. So, like, just so you guys know, there's a bit of a bug with this. What do you call it? What do you call these things again? Fuck. I'm tired today. What do you call these things again? Imagine they make master levels that are Game Pass exclusive. They would never do that. They would never do that. No way they're gonna do that. But what do you call these things again? Anyways, like jump pads. Thank you, Night Trap. So this jump pad is a bit bugged. Sometimes you'll take it and you won't have enough momentum, and you'll end up in the lava and you'll die. If that happens now, guys, just so you know. If it happens again, I'll restart the level because it's bullshit. That's BS in this game, right? So let's see. Okay, it didn't happen. Good. Because I've died to that once or twice. And I fucking hate it. What? Okay. Thank you. Dumb shit. Yeah, Microsoft would, yeah, and since id Software is now a part of Microsoft, yeah, but I doubt that they would hide that behind some sort of subscription. I don't think so. I don't think they would dare to do that. And I think id Software have enough say, just the right amount of say to not allow them to do that. That would really be wrong. Can you die? Thank you. Microsoft is in the worst position right now, yeah. 100%. They're just so greedy, yeah. And it isn't unionized? That's a good question. I mean, I actually don't know. If Microsoft would, they would put every game behind a subscription. Yeah, they would. 100% they would. 100%. But thankfully, they just own the company that develops the game, right? So they don't have as much say, like, as they would if they themselves developed the game. Or I would guess. I don't know. Oh, there you are. Okay. As if not all corporations are like that. Oh, yes. Alright, mech level. Yay! Actually, I can just skip all this, right? I wonder if Dark Ages is a success or a flop. If, let's put it this way, had Dark Ages not been on Game Pass, it would have 100% been considered a success by the mainstream. But because it was on Game Pass and a lot of people bought it that way, it was considered a financial flop, you know, because of revenue and all that. Like, I don't know. It was in the Steam's best selling of 2025. Yeah, but I think on Steam, I think it undersold on Steam, but I think it got pretty good sales on console and obviously on Game Pass as well, right? Thank you. See, this section here, yeah, it's fun with the shotgun and all that, but like, otherwise I find it very unnecessary. Probably not a flop, but decent would be my guess. Yeah, a success for the real ones. That's the good way to put it. For me, it was a success. It seems that Dark Age does not even sell 1 million copies on Steam. Are you sure? Not even 1 million on Steam? That surprises me. But I mean, but I know that on console it did pretty well. Success or flop doesn't depend on how good a game is, but rather how much it sells compared to its costs, and also what the goal of it of the publisher. Yeah, but again, I think the strategy. I think what really hurt the game this time was having it on Game Pass, because that's obviously like that was a Microsoft strategy to push people into getting Game Pass, right? That was at the sacrifice of this game's financial success. You know what I mean? The developers said they would release new Doom games until one of them flopped. Dark Ages may be a great game, but financially it's clearly worse than D. Yeah, but just keep in mind that Doom Eternal wasn't released on Game Pass, number one. Number two, it was released in the middle of a pandemic. That really changes a lot of things. And number three, I think, you know, people today, I mean, also you have to take into account the cost of the game. This game was like, I think, $20 more at release compared to Eternal, 10 or 20. And in today's world where, you know, everything, people are so cost sensitive, that can either, you know, that can make or break, you know, somebody's desire to buy a video game. I feel like the mech sections weren't thought to the extent of replayability. No, they weren't. I think they were planning to do something a lot more deep with the mech sections, but it kind of fell through. That's my feeling about it. Makes sense. Game Pass was too good of a deal. Yeah, it was. Like, obviously, like I have a friend of mine who has this game on Game Pass. You know, like it's you know, it's cheaper, and you can not only play this game, and you can play a lot of other games, right? And let's say, you know, like let's say you're planning on playing Dark Ages only for a month, right? How much is Game Pass for a month? Is it $30, $40, something like that? So that's already cheaper than you know, paying full price for the game, right? And most people did play this game for a month and then moved on to something else, you know. Doom Eternal might have been cheaper to make. $15 for Game Pass. Really? Wow. Okay, I thought it was more expensive than that. Okay. But Doom Eternal might have been cheaper to make. Yeah. Was it though? Yeah, it was. Yeah, 100% it was. Yeah. This game has a way bigger scope and, you know, yeah, 100% actually. It feels like Dark Ages maybe another 2016 to be elaborated by later title to the extent of Eternal. I hope they flesh out these mechanics more in the next one. I hope they flesh out these mechanics more in the DLC. Because that's kind of what they promised, you know, to make the game a lot deeper, because the next Doom game, I mean, we're not going to see another Doom game for 5 years, you know? So, like, I'm not holding my breath for that game, that's for sure. But for the DLC, however, I have high hopes. I really do. Alright, we're going to... actually, there's 3 tiers. Okay. People don't look at the price if they've been waiting for it. Borderlands 4 sold over 3 million copies, even though it had terrible optimization and release, but it sold well if people had been waiting. Yeah, and that's, you know, like I was ready to pay, you know, to be honest with you, had this game release and I had to pay $100 for it, I would have paid it. You know? Because I'm, you know, there's a loyal Doom player base who are going to, you know, pay for any Doom game that comes out, and then there's the larger player base that are a lot more cost sensitive, right? Getting close to a year for the CLC, so it's got to be good. Yeah, but I agree, and I wonder how long it's going to take them, because it's been, you know, they're taking their time, huh? They really are. Come on, do your thing. Yeah, thank you. Oh, fuck. Jesus, that wasn't good. I lost my shield right when he was about to shoot me. That wasn't good. Again, I was too greedy and too rushed. I paid $70 for TDA and even bought an Xbox for it. Oh, Christ. Wow. Okay. Yeah. In that case, you're really not cost sensitive, Messenger. That's good. Definitely until GTA 6 comes out. Yeah, well, that's going to be November next year earliest, and I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if it was delayed again, but I guess not, though. I think they've already done that enough. Surely Hugo is making it take longer so it can take player feedback into account. I don't think that's why he's taking longer. I think it's just because the game is just so... I think it's going to be a big DLC. It's probably going to be the biggest DLC they've ever made. I think it's going to be bigger than Tag 1 and Tag 2 combined for Eternal. I don't feel bad about the upgrade. You paid $200 for Dark Ages. What? Could you elaborate on that, Sea Doom? That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, this guy. And then what is happening? Christ, man. Die. Yes. Thank you. Collector's edition. Oh, nice. You got the... Oh, nice to have you on, man. Really? Okay. So you got the helmet. 150. Shit. Okay. How does one have so much money? Oh, man, I don't know. Sea Doom is probably... He's probably corporate or, something. I don't know. Damn, 300% damage is crazy work. Yeah, I know, man. I know. It's, but it's hard. I've really grinded this, bro. I've really grinded this, this challenge so far. And it's so easy to die. So easy. It's crazy. Low parry and 300 damage? Like, fuck. Great, is here. Ah! How many hours you got in this piece of shit game? 400 plus. 400 plus, yeah. Ah, come on, Night Trap. I think you're being tough there. Is a funny guy. We can't take that away from him. He's not a very good Doom player, but he's definitely funny. I got 117 right now, but I never learned how the game works. I mean, I think, bro, you have to... It's not learning how the game works. It's really knowing, knowing the spawns and the waves and all the... Like, it's a bit like 2016 in a way. You just have to remember, like, what's coming next. You know what I mean? Also, when I watch you play, like I also watched your stream the other day. You also skip quite a lot of secrets, you know, so that messes up your upgrade pathing. If you want to upgrade weapons quickly and all that, right? So yeah. How many times have you died with 300 damage? Too many times. Like I think I've been streaming this maybe like 10, 15 times now, and I've died every single time. And I've died also a few times off stream, so quite a few times. Yeah, more like, yeah, timings also for sure. Man, I'm the best Doom Eternal player ever, but Doom Dark Ages just kills me whenever it feels like it. Whereas in Doom Eternal, it felt like the deaths are more my fault. Yeah, but also in Doom Eternal, like, you have a lot more... It's way easier to recover from your mistakes because you have a flame belt, you know, you have glory kills, you know, you can glory kill fodder, which you can in this game, right? And that automatically gives you some breathing space if you're in a rough situation, right? In this game, like, you can't glory kill fodder, you have to throw your shield at them or shield bash into them, and fodder also deal a shit ton of damage in this game, which makes it a lot harder. So it's really it's a hard game. Like to be honest, I find this game harder than Eternal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a lot more like Doom 2016. Like it's really Doom 2016 was in, you know, you could die from an Imp Fireball. You know, let's say you're at 80 health, like an Imp Fireball would kill you. You know, which is just bullshit. And I hate 2016 for that. And I also hate 2016 for, you know, fall damage on UN. You know, like, and it's so easy to make a platforming mistake in 2016. So I just kind of, that's a weird design decision, I think. You know what I mean? Doom Eternal is much more forgiving in a sense. 100% it is. Yeah. It really is. Like, people who say Eternal is hard are people who've played it very little, but once you understand Eternal, once you understand, you know, the quick switching combos, once you understand the meat hook, the flame belch timing and all that, like, you're good. You're Gucci. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy not to die. Dark Ages has the same problem with the Nightmare Stalker imps that are just invisible and kill you out of nowhere. Yeah, I completely agree. Nightmare imps in this, yeah, they're fucking insane. Like, if you don't keep track of where they are, or, like, if you don't know they're there, they're a huge threat. Huge. And they just, like, it feels like sometimes they can just one-shot you. Like, if you're on 50 health or 80 health or whatever, like, they just come in, they swipe you, and that's it. Done, you know? Eternal is honestly crazy how empowered you feel once you get good at it. Yeah, but, like, Eternal is very skill-based, and once you reach a certain level of skill, the game just becomes easy, or like vanilla at least becomes easy. See? Nightmare Imps, speaking of the devil. I don't understand why they added all this shit here. Like, they could have left this guy alone. He's hard enough as it is. And I think they even add another Revenant at some point. A respawning Revenant. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh, Christ. Man, I hate this fight. Come on! There you go. Nightmares are fun. Yeah, just not on... They're fun, just not on UN, though. Doom TA is also just frustrating at 100% speed, especially with slow-mo turned on. I cannot handle this game unless it's 150 speed. But I feel the same way. I mean, it's too, like, 100% speed and slow-mo turned on is just like, it just feels like a very slow game, you know? And personally, as somebody who likes Eternal a lot, I like to play this game like Eternal, like very fast-paced and not quick switching, but you know, switching weapons quite a bit depending on the situation, and that's. And on 100% speed, I feel like I can't really play that way. So. Then you have to wait for this thing to open up. Yeah, and I saw your video when this thing just slams open, and there's no, like, it's like, it goes from close to open in one frame, you know? It's so weird, the animation here. Like, it just, like, goes, burp. It's so weird. With Doom Eternal, I never wished the game speed itself was faster, but 150 speed here feels like the new normal. Yeah, but it is like if you've played the game for an X amount of time and you're comfortable with it, 150 speed is the place to be. So yeah, the slow mode fucks me up whenever it's on. Yeah, the slow mode makes the game easier for sure, but some part of me just rejects it purely on principle. Yeah, it takes away from the fast, frenetic fun of the game, you know, because all of a sudden you have to just watch, you know, you have to. I think they function kind of the way glory kills worked in Eternal, where they give you a chance to have a look at what's around you to plan your next move. The problem is, I just don't think it works that well, because Eternal, at least glory kills give you breathing space, it gives you health back and, you know, resources. Slow mode doesn't give you anything back, so it's an empty mechanic in a way, right? Game speed should have been 20%, 100%, 120% by default, but to be honest, maybe they wanted to pad the runtime. Yeah, they also wanted to make the game not too fast for somebody who started with this game in the Doom franchise, right? Because the whole point of this game, I think, was when I hear Hugo Martin talk about the Souls franchise, he always talks about Elden Ring being the entry point for a lot of people to the Souls franchise. And you can tell that he kind of wanted to make this game following the same principle by having it, you know, people who haven't played Doom, getting them into Doom, right? So I think having it at default 120 would have been maybe too fast for a large amount of the player base. So that's probably what they did, right? I'm guessing. I just don't get what they were thinking. I guess Doom 2016 was such a subversion of what modern AAA games were, and then with Dark Ages, they fully embraced it again. Yeah. But it is, I mean, I've seen your, you know, I know your thoughts about, you know, this game, and I know you're not the biggest fan. And I know that Eternal is probably, you know, 2016 and Eternal, especially Eternal's probably still your favorite Doom game, and it's mine too. But like, I still very much enjoy this, you know, playing this game. And there are shortcomings, there are things I don't enjoy about it, but overall, like, if I had to rank Eternal, I would give it like a 9.5 out of 10. This game, I would give like an 8.5 or a 9, right? However, 2016, I would give a 7, because I don't like 2016. That's just a personal thing. 100% feels so slow. Yeah. Totally does. Love the instant opening thing, repeat playthroughs. They took the wrong lesson from Elden Ring, in my opinion. That game still kicked your ass. I mean, this game kicks my ass too, though. If I play this game on you know, above, just Ultra Nightmare with default settings except for 150 speed, it kicks my ass still. I'm slowly turning around on Dark Age. I've definitely been too harsh on it. It's just more like 2016 in all the wrong ways. I see it as a mix of 2016 and Eternal, and there's things from both. Yeah. Like, for example, I don't like that they kept the Whiplash in this game, because I think the Whiplash is a very buggy AI. So I don't agree with them keeping that. I can't shoot now. Okay. That was weird. I couldn't shoot. So in 2016, the whole fodder high damage thing, not a fan of that either. So like, there's things from both that I just don't agree with, right? But that's what I want. That's not what I wanted, but okay. Come on, where you at? That it? There's still Diberit. There you go. I feel like every time I complete an encounter, it's by the skin of my teeth. It feels so close every single time, you know? On these sliders. It's kind of scary. Do you have film grain on? Where's film grain again? Yeah, why? Because I'm not even sure what this does, to be very honest with you. So if you think I should turn it up or down, let me know. I think it's also strange how they brought back the healing system for 2016, where on higher difficulties the large health packs don't heal the 50 back instead of healing 15 or so. Nightmare. Yeah, but I completely. That's another thing from 2016 that I don't like either. It's really hard to recover in this game. Like, when you take a lot of damage, compared to Eternal, you can restack health and armor so quickly. In this game, when you take a lot of damage, it's so hard to get it back. You have to shield bash into like a bunch of fodder, or you have to throw your shield, or use the combat shoddy. Like it's hard to restack in this game. For sure. Like there's no but again, it's a different game. That's why like people who tell me this game is too easy, I don't get, because I find this game very hard. You know? So, yeah. Film grain at 0 is better. Okay, good to know, man. That's something I've never tweaked film grain. So let's see. Huh. I don't see a huge difference, but I believe you. Let me see if I can do something here. Nah. Like how when I'm too young to die, it heals 5 health. Wait. I've already read that. Eternal didn't have that for higher diffs. No, it didn't. No. Yeah, it kept the healing values across all the difficulties. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, at least. Dying from the pit is the worst by far. You mean just now, Ivan? Like in the previous arena? I think I made it how important the music is for me in Doom games, which leads me into one of my hottest takes. I don't really like the OST of 2016. I think it's extremely overrated. Oof. I think my favorite soundtrack of all 3 games is actually 2016. That's the one thing I think I can't take away from that game, is that the soundtrack is amazing. But this game also has a very good soundtrack. And when I looking back now at Eternal, it's funny because Mick Gordon's stuff was good. But when I listen to Andrew Holschultz's soundtrack from the, especially Tag 1 with Blood Swamps and UAC Atlantica, that OST slaps more than the base game for me. So Mick Gordon's work on 2016 is amazing. I don't think it's as amazing on Eternal, except for The Only Thing They Fear Is You, right? That's a banger track. But otherwise, like, I would actually rate Andrew Holschultz and David Levy stuff above Mick Gordon's. But that's just my, again, not a fact, not, messenger. No, I know, I'm sorry, man, to disappoint, but that's an opinion thing, right? And also I've changed my mind over the years. Like it's I think it has a few good songs, but it has so much build up with 90% of the songs. Yeah. The original tracks by Mick Gordon and Doom Eternal and those in the game are different in the game. They seem distorted. Yeah, because it wasn't... Doom Eternal wasn't mixed very well either. Actually, you know what I mean? Like, it's just me that 20... Is it just me that felt the 2016 OST felt more aggressive than Eternal? Yeah, it did. It did. To me, it did. Because a lot of... there's a lot of... If you play Eternal... There's a lot of levels. For example, in guys, help me out here. The alien level, Urdak. Yeah. So Urdak, for example, it's ambient music. And then for example, I think they reuse the same music for Hell on Earth as they do for Final Sin. That's the same track. And then Call to Space is good. I remember that level has good music, but there's a lot of levels where like it's very ambient music, I feel. Died on my UN run for Eternal Necroville. Oh no, yeah. They rushed that shit. That's why it wasn't mixed well. Mick Gordon ran out of time. Yeah, he did. And they really pushed him. A lot of strict deadlines, and they really pushed him to get shit done in time. I remember that. Which really turned him off, which I understand. And I think I remember correctly, like towards the end of, they used their sound designer, not even a composer, but like a sound designer to finish up some of the tracks, if I remember correctly. The full soundtrack was never finished, which is why it never released on Spotify, because Mick Gordon needed more time. There you go. Yeah, it's a shame it hasn't released on Spotify either. That's such a shame. Because this is on Spotify, 2016 is on Spotify as well. Like, it's, yeah. I really hate Urdak's OST. It's so bad. Yeah, and I don't even think Urdak was actually made by Mick Gordon. I think it was made by their sound designer, like Ed's sound guy, So, Urdak OST was only one level. You shouldn't rush art regardless. It'll just be worse. Oh, yes. Never rush art. That's the number one rule when creating art. Art requires time and patience, and that's how you get the best music and, video games, movies, everything, like. So, alright, this encounter here, I have to lock in as well. I'm gonna switch. Which challenge do I have here again? Nah, okay. I'll switch back to this. Can you die? Thank you. There you go. Quick. Oh fuck, I forgot the... Didn't I forget? No, I already got the... They missed the mark with Mick Gordon. Are they gonna come here, these zombies, or what? I'm also afraid somebody's gonna hit me in the back. They missed the mark with Mick Gordon because in Doom, music comes second to gameplay. Yeah, but yeah. The collector's edition actually promised a full OST on a cassette just because he couldn't finish it on time. It was just ambiance. I have it, and it literally is. Really? You have that? Okay. They already had to delay Eternal, so another delay, especially during lockdowns, would have been terrible and expensive, but they should have let Mick finish mixing and a release on, on Spotify after. Yeah. But I just remember also, like, when they were making Eternal, I think Hugo did a bit of a U-turn 6 months before release or so, where he realized that the game wasn't, you know... For example, they didn't have weak point targeting at that point, and he felt like the game was a bit too... It didn't really push you to switch weapons. It didn't really push you to be aggressive. Like, so they had to make a lot of changes at the very end. Like, for example, weak point targeting, like that was added at the very, very end. The statue is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome, but I forgot what else came with it. I mean, you got the helmet, the statue, and the game, right? Wasn't that what you got for Eternal? I don't have the right words, but Eternal OST kind of more too groovy and heavy, while 2016 is fast-paced. But those Blood Swamp OST was really good, even though it almost same as Metallica one song. Yeah, but Blood Swamps. That's probably my favorite Eternal track, Blood Swamps. It's so good. Andrew Holsholt cooked with that one, and I was hoping that Andrew Holsholt would be doing something with this game, but he didn't. And as far as I know, he's not doing anything for the DLC either, which is a bit of a shame. This is actually the first time I've ever seen Hump interact with others like a real human being. I usually treat people like normal people. I mean, when Hump is here, he's always very respectful. That's for sure. He's only disrespectful when he's streaming, and when he's drinking and taking edibles, then he becomes very... Then he insults everybody in stream, right? Like, I've been insulted many times on streams, I can tell you that. That's happened more than once. And he even, like, even made a full video dissing me. A full video. So, just so you know, he hasn't always been appropriate with me, just so you know. I love Vidaz even though he ain't famous, because I just... What does FW mean again? If I still had the influence I used to, I would have pushed Vidaz to the top for sure. Oh, man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you, bro. It means a lot. I'll never forget that video you made to diss me, and like all of a sudden I think I got like 30 subs from just that video. That was crazy. It's not much for me, but like, I mean, it's not much in the bigger scheme of things, but for me that was a big, you know, that was a big help. But thank you guys, I really appreciate it. It really makes me, you know, really makes me motivated to do this, and you know, just play this game and chat with you guys. It's always fun, right? Helmet is sold separately for Dark Ages. The main thing with the TD Collector's Edition was a statue. I do have the Eternal helmet. Oh, okay. Actually, I've heard that Holsholt could work on DLC. Not confirmed though. Really? Okay, that's good news. I've not heard that though, but I wish, because like last time he appeared on Hugo's stream, Hugo was like, "Oh, Andrew, it's been a long time. You know, like, how are you?" So like, it sounded kind of like they didn't speak much anymore. I don't know. Yeah, man, I'm glad I got you some support. Yeah, but it did, man. It was like, and it was, you know, it's still a funny video. And then I replied, and then I found some footage of you like dying to like a whiplash in Cultist Space, and then I made a whole video about it. Oh fuck, there's no combat here. I forgot about that. I have to go up here. Can you fuck off? This is so retarded, though. I don't know why they thought about doing this here. It's an annoying... It's just annoying to have to wait for him to... That was great. Love healthy relationships. Yeah, that was a funny... That was a funny diss and response time. Man, this hallway I fucking hate though. There you go. I hate those projectiles. Ooh. That was close. That was very close. This hallway is always, it's always a pain. Always. Always, 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 always. There's always something that goes wrong here. And those whiplash projectiles, I mean... the damage they do, like, fuck me sideways, you know? Did you know Andrew is making the music for market players? Yeah, it's Iron Lung, right? Iron Lung, that's the game. It's based on the game by David Szymanski, the New Blood guy who made Dusk. I know that, yeah. It's safe to run off, parry the projectiles, and shield charge, and shield throw the Mancubus if you find that bit annoying. There's no Mancubus here, though. Gonna try my Ultra Nightmare now. I'll pop back in later. Don't die. I'll try, man. Thanks. Appreciate it, bro. And take care, and maybe, like, if you're streaming, I'll... If I die soon, like, because I have maybe an hour left or so, and then I have to go, but if by that point you're still streaming, I'll definitely pop in. And maybe, hey, bro, maybe I can even... I can pop in and I can even read chat for you. I can read chat for you so you don't have to have a look at chat, so you can be better at focusing on your UN run. How about that? We could also maybe do that. Didn't know Mark was that yeah, I mean, he's pretty big on YouTube. That's for sure. I knew it. I fell for it. Dude, we can get in a call right now, and we'll both stream. Bro, like, if I do that, I will lose focus, and I'm going to die. So I'd rather do it when you're doing Ultra Nightmare. I'm so far right now. I'm so far that, and I know that you're going to make me laugh, and just, like, say typical bullshit, and it's going to make me laugh, and then I'll lose. And I'll lose focus, man. I don't want to... I know you, bro. You're gonna find something really dumb to say, and then you're gonna try to distract me, and then I'll die, and that'll be it, you know. And I'm too far now. I'm way too far. That's so base of you, though. Yeah, I know, man. I'm very based. Not gonna lie, Dark Ages Komodo OST, and especially while inside Cthulhu Combat OST, really caught me off guard. That inside Cthulhu OST had the most different feeling among other modern Doom OST. Yeah, like it's very... I mean, I think here's the thing. I think this soundtrack is really good. It's a good soundtrack. I just think that there's a lot of stuff that's amazing. Like, for example, like Unchained Predator. What's the other one in Forsaken Plains? Fuck, I can't... I'm so bad with song names. But there's three standout songs for me that are amazing in this game that I'll even listen to them in my free time. That they're that good, right? But then there's a lot of other stuff that just fades into the background that you don't really notice. You know what I mean? But there are some bangers for sure. I'll hop off your stream and start my own. See you later, brother. Yeah, take care. See you later. What's the furthest you've got with these sliders? So I've gotten to on stream, because I've done these sliders on stream and off stream. So off stream, I've gotten to City of Royale, and on stream, actually, this is the furthest I've gotten as far as I remember. Maybe somebody can correct me, but as far as I remember, this is the furthest I've gotten, right? So yeah. Come on, jump in, bro. Yeah. So, this is the furthest I've gotten. Okay. Surviving Spider Neurithal with 200 damage is crazy. Yeah, it is. It really is. But I did it. But it was. But again, I'm telling you, like on these sliders, I feel like every hard encounter is really by the skin of my teeth. Really. So close. I almost die several times, right? Can you? What? I'm stuck? What? That was fucking weird. I got stuck there. Right here. I couldn't move. Oh, that's why. Jesus. That was scary. Because, you know, the damage is so high, and also keep in mind that with high damage also comes damage to shield. So your shield breaks way quicker. So it's a double thing, you know what I mean? I'm gonna hang out here. This is my strategy in this place. What? Okay, barrel. That was a barrel that blew up, obviously. Yeah, spread the shock. Do that. You're out. Ah. Can you stop with your projectiles, bro? Thank you. Oh. Nightmare Imp. Is there another Nightmare Imp around here? Yeah, there was. Okay. That's it. Whew. Bro, how do you speak English so well when you're from Denmark? I wonder. I can understand, read, and watch English, but I have a heavy dialect. So long story short, but like I was very much raised in an international, environment, because like my dad actually lived in the U.S. for a very long time, and so did my mom. So I was, I hung out with a lot of international people and a lot of Americans and all that. So it's that's the reason why. And my dad speaks like an American, right? So he's lived there for a long time. And in Denmark, people generally do speak good English. They have an accent for sure, but like most people speak English here. The messenger, where are you from again, by the way? Whoop! Christ. You're from Germany. That's it. I remember now. Yeah. We spoke about this a while back. I remember. Cool. I have some people from America at work. Yeah. But that's why, that's the reason why I speak the way I do, right? And a lot of people think I'm from the US, but I'm actually not. But I also speak French fluently, so that also, because I'm half French, half Danish, right? These guys, man, they're so fucking. I don't even know why I'm chasing them. Is there a challenge here that I can? I don't even need to do this. Fuck, where do I have to go here again? Ah, yeah. We're neighbors in a sense. Like, yeah. We're very close, that's for sure. Whoa. Come on, Accident Hunter. Where you at? Come here. There you go. Man, I'm getting carried away. I don't even know why I'm chasing this guy. I don't need to do this, but... Why does he have so much health? Jesus Christ. Alright, Whiplash? No? There he is. Gotta take out this guy. And... where's the other guy? There's two of these revenants. There you go. There you go. I think most people in the EU speak English more than their native language, except for Italy, France, Spain, and maybe Germany. Yeah, Germany, because, like, I mean, all those countries that you mentioned, everything that you watch on TV is dubbed, right? Like, Germany, I know everything, I mean, as far as I remember, at least when I was there last time, everything on TV was dubbed from English to German, right? At least on cable TV. France, same thing. Italy, Spain, like these are all countries where when people watch TV and they watch it like an English-speaking movie, it's going to be translated. It's going to be dubbed in their language. So I think it's when that happens, it's a bit hard to learn English, right? Here in Denmark, when you watch, let's say I watch an American movie on TV, there's going to be subtitles at the bottom in Danish, which means that nothing is dubbed. Everything is in its original language, but with subtitles. I'm talking about cable TV now. I'm not talking about, you know, streaming services, right? That's a different story. You learn English in school here in Germany because it's the global language. Yeah, but that's a good. That's, you know. It is a global language for sure. Like it's, I mean, it's not spoken as much as Mandarin, obviously. That's number one, but it's very concentrated in Asia. Then you have English, and then you have Spanish. I feel proud completing Eternal Ultra Nightmare, though on my mid-spec laptop, mostly 30 to 50 FPS. Wow. Superman, so you completed Doom Eternal, playing on 30 to 50 FPS. Oh my god, that must have been brutal. Like I can't go below 140 on Eternal. That's crazy. All panic moments on UI shivers my fingers. Yeah. Like it's super stressful. Like also in this game, when you're getting close to death, it's super. Yeah, things get super scary. I learned English by watching movies for the most part. You should be proud of it. It's an accomplishment for sure. Yeah, subtitles educated me on English language. Yeah, but that's how you learn, you know, like a lot of people that, you know, Here, at least, that's how a lot of people learn English. It's not at school. It's by watching a lot of TV and having subtitles. You know. Low key, my PC having Rising 5 3400G. I play 40 FPS with 720. Wow. Okay. Are you talking about Dark Ages or are you talking about Eternal? There's some super unoptimized parts in D. Yeah, there are. Yeah. I can think of World Spear in TAC 2 as being one of the really poorly optimized levels in Eternal. That's for sure. Especially that main Super Gore Nest location. Yeah, also, SGN also, when you're out in the open, in front of the giant Gore Nest. Yeah, that's also very, like, my FPS tanks there as well, for sure. Come on. Come on. Oh, stop fucking out, bro. You kidding me? Why? Ooh! Thank you. Alright, boss time. Uh-oh. That is not good. I definitely fucked that up. That final combo should not have been... Oof. That final combo... Why did I not get any health there? Okay, cool. Thankfully, there's a blueberry right here. Man, this fight on these sliders scares me 100%. No, Eternal, I can't play Dark Ages, and Loki want to play it so bad. Yeah, you need a pretty good PC to play Dark Ages. That's the issue. I had to buy a new PC specifically to play this game, and it's pretty beefy. So, and I can only look at the top right of my screen. I can only get 80 FPS. You know, with a pretty good graphics card, 1440p, 32 gigs of RAM. You know, like it's kind of weird. It's a very demanding game. High frame rates are why easier because of aiming and responsiveness. Don't let Copy PC tell you lower is easier just because enemies are slightly lower. Yeah. It's actually higher FPS. I mean, it depends because like if you go above 150 FPS, I feel like the game becomes harder because some enemies can just teleport, you know? So I'd say between the 60 is low still, but like 60 to 120 is a good place to be, I think. Because otherwise, like, you know, enemies just like teleport. You just get, yeah. The game becomes weird on high, like Eternal becomes a weird game on high FPS. It seems like I'm the only American in the stream, so it makes me question: is Doom very popular in Europe? So see, Doom, it is. Obviously, not as popular as it is in the US, but still, like, you know, there's a lot of people, I mean, at least in Denmark, you know, we even had a release party here. It was a small release party, nonetheless, but there was still a release party for this game when it came out, you know. So there's a market here for sure. Like, yeah. Ah, fuck. Yes, my father played Doom 3 when it came out. Doom 1 was on the index here in Germany, forbidden, so to say. Yeah, I remember we spoke. Yeah, you told me that once. I remember on stream. You told me that it was that's crazy. But I mean, back in the 90s though, there was a different, video games were still very new back then, and Doom 1 was still, was very radical in its, in its violence, right? Very realistic looking for that time at least, So a lot of countries were like, we don't want our kids to play this, And everybody I know heard about Doom for sure. Yeah. But like Doom is a global phenomenon, 100%. Yeah, but you're playing 1440p max settings, low settings, 1080p is enough for me. FPS, yeah. For 60 FPS, 100%. I mean, Doom is the most underrated games in my opinion, but they don't talk about it that much. I would say Dark Ages is very underrated. Eternal isn't. Eternal is really, Doom Eternal is a very appreciated game, and so is 2016. Dark Ages is very underrated for sure. Yes, I think so, and very underappreciated also for what it is, which is a bit of a shame. German media published Doom as a bad killer game for psychopaths back in the day. Oh wow, that sounds like something straight out of a Christian, like a cult or something. I mean, that's crazy. 95% of people I know here in America have never heard of Doom. Really? Are you serious? I mean, how old are your friends? See Doom? Like, I mean, again, like if you're in your 20s, I think the whole thing about Doom as a franchise, right? If you didn't grow up on Doom, so if you're not a millennial like me, for example, like I played Doom 1 and Doom 2 like crazy back then, right? And then Doom 3 as well, a bit. So for me, like I knew what Doom was because Doom was so big in the 90s. Like I'm not sure if you know this, but like when Microsoft 95 came out, more people owned Doom than Microsoft 95. Just imagine that. More people owned a video game than they did an OS. That's crazy, right? Eternal's weird. 60 FPS is intended. More than 60 FPS is where things get harder. Revenant Rocket's barrage is faster, and Mancubus projectile become almost hit scan. Hell Knight's melee can teleport. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Superman. That's exactly it, right? But I think for me, like when you're somebody like me who's played a lot of Eternal and is used to quick switching and all that, I feel weird quick switching on 60 FPS. I feel like my timing is off, so I need at least 120 to be able to play Eternal the way I like to play it. I mean, Doom was the first FPS. Technically not. Wolfenstein was the first FPS, but Doom was the first, like, really mainstream, like, everybody's played this game FPS. I'm 18. My first company in the game was Doom 3 in 2020. Then I played Doom 1 and Doom 2 and later got this PC. Played 2016 Eternal, one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah. All Doom games are amazing. I'm just the only game I'm not. I mean, they're all great in their own ways, and they're each game has its specific audience. But Doom 3 to me doesn't feel like a Doom game. That's an opinion. I think it leans too much on action horror for me. So I kind of bounced off of it. As far as I know, 3D FPS. Yeah. Same company. Yeah. So id Software. Yeah. Wolfenstein. Yeah. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. That's Wolfenstein 2, right? If I remember correctly. Uh-oh. Come on. Awesome. Oh, he gets transplanted on you. Okay. Isn't Wolfenstein blocked in Germany? Oh man, I hope not. Yeah, I mean, it should be. Yeah, there should be something there because it does depict quite a bit of Nazi Germany, right? So there, I think there could be a bit of a conflict there. I'm sure, right? It makes German people look really bad. Okay, where is this guy? Yeah, the Nazi signs are different. They don't look like the... Okay, so they're different. Okay, got it. They probably did that on purpose. To cover their asses, I'm sure. I can skip this if I remember correctly. Yes, I can. Awesome. Oh man, I'm not gonna... Yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna stick to this. I'm not gonna do this challenge. Oh dear, this encounter here that's coming up that can be problematic, I'm sure. I need you out of the way, thank you. Thank you. Yes, good. All right, catch you later, man. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. Ah, fuck. I'm so happy that there's no fall damage in this game. That's really very happy about that. That's something that I really hated about 2016, especially 2016, but also Eternal. Eternal, you lost a bit of health every time. In 2016, you just died. Oh, can you fuck off with your fucking... Alright, this encounter, this can be very problematic. One up here. This part of the song I can't get out of my head. Yeah, but it's good. It's definitely good. It's just not one of my... It's not my favorite, but it's one of the good ones for sure. Many people hated on TDA's music. I can't understand. Love it for the most part. Well, when something's new, Messenger, you know, when something's new and people want... You know, I'm going to take Doom Eternal as a reference here, but when people want Doom Eternal Part 2 and things stray too much from... what that game is, then people get mad. That's simply what it is, right? And No Mick Gordon, you know, people, you know, had this soundtrack been the exact same and it was labeled made by Mick Gordon, people would have been totally fine with it. Just because it doesn't have Mick Gordon's name on it. That's the only reason why. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. I ain't risking it. There you go. Yeah, but I definitely I think it's underrated. I think it's over criticized. It's yeah. Oh fuck. Oh no. My shield is broken. Can you guys break my shield? I don't want to start this level all over again, please. There you go. Okay. Yeah, just have zero expectations and take the game for what it is. Digital art, I mean, Doomgaze trigger your emotions a higher difficulty. You have to lock in to get the gameplay loop. Yeah, but that's exactly what it is, you know, and having good music to accompany that makes a huge difference, right? And I think, you know, and sometimes, you know, when I play this game, I kind of feel like there's the gameplay match, there's a beat that matches my gameplay, right? Like there's, you know, like every shot that I shoot sometimes will match the beat of the song, which is really cool. It's it does that very well, so it complements the gameplay very well, I think. Yo, Salim, what's good, man? Good to have you on. Good to have you on, bro. Hope you're good. Hope the news that you gave me last time is, you know, I hope your family's doing okay. Where do I have to go here again? Oh, I have to go down there. I keep forgetting. Hey, Vidaz, you could be getting a lot more bang for your buck with the gauntlet if you go melee, shoot the gun. You're using kick stun, shoot, then fourth hit stun. Yeah, I know. I do usually do that, but sometimes, like, you know, especially when I'm faced with the Cyber Demon, I just spam it, you know, like... Oof, that's not what I want to do. So, yeah. Yeah, we all good. That's good, man. That's good. Dark Ages on default settings is better for your heart compared to Eternal. Yeah. It's not as fast, that's for sure. Why are you... Wow, that's a lot of imps right there. Oh man. Oof. Actually cared about player health condition. Vidaz, did you watch Welcome to Derry? Yes, I did. I watched all of it, and I actually thought it was good. I actually liked it. I thought the ending was I was a bit underwhelmed by the ending though. I thought that whole scene, you know, where he has to catch up to the kids who are trying to get to that tree. I think he was messing around a bit too much there. But yeah. It's software I actually cared about player health condition. Yeah, I mean that's why they won the innovation and accessibility, right? So that makes total sense. Yeah. All right, man. Have a nice stream. Yeah, thanks, bro. Good to have you on. Take care. Nice. I liked for the most part too. Yes, the finale was a bit forced, but better than Aliens Earth. Yeah, Alien Earth was bad. It started off pretty well, but then it just went in a weird direction. So I didn't really like that. Oh, can you? Alright, this encounter. Really have to lock in here. What kind of music do you listen to in your free time? Everything from hip hop to electro to some, like synthwave. Also, like I listen to a bunch of different stuff. I hope we get good Doom games because they turn everything to subscription. Yeah, Salim, that's something that I hope they don't do that because that's going to turn everything to shit. That's for sure. But I think my fate, we'll be getting the next Doom game in 5 years, right? But right now, for this one, the DLC is going to be good. That I have a lot of faith in. I think that's going to be really good. But what comes after that, I'm not sure, to be honest. That's something I'm kind of worried about. Okay, that didn't go very well. Okay, this... How are you not dead, bro? Thank you. There you go. Yeah, 5 years, yeah. It is going to be 5 years because they have to be done with the DLC first, and I think it's going to be 4 to 5. Like, that's what their pattern's been, you know? They're going to release 1 or 2 DLCs for this, and then it's going to be 4 or 5 years of, yeah, of dev, right? Yeah, like 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. Is there other FPS shooter that have parry mechanics? I can't think of any right now. I mean, Ultra Kill technically has a parry mechanic, but it's different. It's not like here, right? Jesus Christ, what was that? BFC not working now, huh? I almost died there, Christ. If Xbox is a country, they have subscription for using the toilet fee. Gonna be basic edition $20. Shitting premium edition for $45. Oh, I love it. Well, they produce great games. I just hope they make they revive Samuel Hayden in DE2. Yeah, we're never. I mean, forget about DE2. We're never gonna get it. That is never going to happen. All right. Well, yeah, in 10 years, yeah, 15. I think, sadly, by that point, Eternal's going to be forgotten. They're not going to go back to it. And I also think, you know, I feel like from a story perspective and from a gameplay perspective, they're really trying to move away from that. You know, with the whole Dark Lord thing and everything else, I think they're trying to pretend that didn't happen. And from a gameplay perspective, they're never going to go back to the type of gameplay that Eternal had. I don't think so. I think they're going to stick to something like this. I'm guessing. They're looking for lead gameplay engineer for unannounced game already. Pretty sure the engineers start to work in 829. Oh Christ, already! My God. But yeah, they probably are. But that game, you know, that's gonna come out in like three to 4 to 5 years, right? That's not gonna be. They have to do at least one DLC for this. Maybe another one. I don't know. But it's definitely not gonna be. It's gonna be. I'm watching 1080p, but stream pixelated. Yeah, I know, man. I think it's because of my bitrate. I think that's why. I think there's an issue there. Yeah. In any case, guys, I'm gonna go for now, because I'm getting tired and I just don't want to make any mistakes. And City of Raoul after this is where things really get heated, so I really want to lock in and maybe do that tomorrow or something. 43 years, pretty sure they're going to announce more rules soon after DLC release. Yeah, that's for sure. But they did the same thing after Eternal. I remember that. So yeah. So yeah, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, thanks, Messenger. Salim, Matsu, Superman, all you guys, thank you so much. Seedum as well, if you're still there. Thank you guys. And Salim, just so you know, Ump is streaming, so just feel free to have a look at what at his stream, and yeah. So yeah. Cool, guys. Have a good one, and I'll catch you tomorrow or Sunday. I'll see when I have the time. All right. Cool. Bye.